All right, Ingrid, we are here. It is season 2, episode 1 of Life at ADP, the podcast. How cool is this?
Hey, Kate, this is super, super amazing. I mean, I am so excited that we're doing season 2, episode 1 here. And I want to say thank you to the audience because we noticed and we received all of the love that the audience has given to the podcast and to us. So it's like super, super amazing to see that people really like what we do and the podcast is doing really, really good. So thank you to the audience. And yeah, here we are back again, Kate.
Yes. And to that point, candidate experience is really important to us here at ADP, and we do send out a candidate survey. And we got some feedback last week that this particular candidate had discovered ADP through the podcast. So that was really rewarding, I think, for the two of us. So just some quick housekeeping. If you've stumbled upon this podcast, make sure that you like and follow us. That way, as we release episodes monthly, you'll receive that nice little notification. And then by all means, check out our career websites. We have 2 of them. We have jobs.adp.com, and then we have tech.adp.com for those of you who are looking for a career in technology. All right, so housekeeping's out of the way. Ingrid, really excited about this episode because we're going internationally, which is something I know you were really passionate about. So would you like to introduce our special guest today?
Of course. Yes, I am super, super excited about this guest. I mean, I know her personally. She is one of my mentors. She's an amazing human. And her career journey here at ADP is just amazing, just like her. So she's a really good friend. And her name is Lindsey, and she is a sales channel manager for ADP Marketplace in Northern Europe. And like I mentioned before, she is one of my mentors and really good friend. Lindsey, welcome to Life at ADP, the podcast.
Thank you, Ingrid and Kate, for having me. I feel honored to be amongst the company that you have had on the Life at ADP podcast so far.
No, it's our honor. And, talk about a global company, right? So you are sitting in the Netherlands. I'm currently in New Jersey. Ingrid is in Pasadena. East Coast time right now, it's around 10 o'clock in the morning. So we are all in different various stages of our day. So thank you so much for making this a priority and joining us. So, tell me a little bit about your role. What does a sales channel manager mean?
So as a sales channel manager for ADP Marketplace, I have the opportunity to work with our partners and our internal sales teams across multiple countries. So just for setting the scene, ADP Marketplace is an app store or website where clients can purchase both ADP services as well as third-party applications that connect to their payroll platforms.
Okay, awesome. So that's helpful. So tell me a little bit, from what Ingrid has shared with me, you've had a really cool career progression here at ADP. So do you mind sharing with me and the listeners a little bit about that?
Absolutely. I am so lucky to have had the opportunity to work for ADP, not just in multiple roles, but in different countries as well. So I was really interested in sales after college, and I was lucky enough to have an aunt that worked at ADP. So not just an aunt, but she's a mentor and a sponsor who referred me into ADP. And over the past 9 years, I've worked in a variety of roles. So I started in San Francisco as a sales manager, working with accounting firms, selling to small businesses. I had a lot of success, which was really fun. I was able to go on some trips and earn commission, which was fantastic. And after 4 years in small business sales, I had the opportunity to get promoted and sell health benefits as well at ADP, which was a fantastic progression within the current role that I was in. And I ended up pursuing an opportunity at an external company where I started a partnerships team there. someone in my network reached out to say that there was a sales management opening at ADP in San Francisco, and I had the opportunity to interview and come back to ADP. So I worked as a sales manager in San Francisco for 2 years, which was great. It was such a challenge managing people for the first time, and it gave me so many rewarding experiences. Seeing associates progress and had success within the sales team. And it was really such a fun opportunity. But I had a change in my personal life and decided it was time to look for my next career progression abroad with ADP. So I spent 9 months managing the team while working to network my way across the globe. And again, had someone in that network during that time reach out and say there was a potential sales management position in the UK that I should interview for. So with ADP's support, I was able to pack up my life and move to London for a promotion to a mid-market sales leadership position in September of 2019. I will be the first to tell you that it was a huge challenge. New country, new market, new team, new payroll laws. And then this little pandemic hit, but it was a blast. It was such a great opportunity. And I found new ways to get to know a team and the UK business, learning about implementation and service and product. And then just over a year ago, I started reflecting on my strengths and realized that I wasn't thriving as much as I could. But I knew that by networking and being transparent with my leader and having her support, I could find a role that allowed me to be challenged and also lean into my strengths. So I found an opportunity to join really the startup team in the international business called ADP Marketplace. So I mentioned ADP Marketplace is our app store. And in this role, I get to work with our product development, our sales teams across the UK, in the Netherlands, and Ireland, and our emerging markets. And I get to speak with our implementation, service, account management, product development. So it's been such a fantastic career change. And I honestly didn't even know what an API was when I started on the marketplace team. So it's really fun being able to go from selling to managing to working with our product and sales teams now. So I've moved now to Amsterdam, as you mentioned, Kate. So I've traveled across Europe now.
Wow, Lindsey. I mean, I knew you had an amazing career journey, but just to listening to your story here, it kind of made me think. I was like, wow, Lindsey's story has everything. So you came to ADP because of a referral in your from your aunt. Then you were here. You went to another company. Then you came back, which is what we call a boomerang story. So that's awesome. And then, you just have this whole international career with ADP. You started in San Francisco, went to the UK, now in the Netherlands. It's super cool. And, let's not even mention all your networking skills. I really love that. That's awesome. And so, Lindsey, let me ask you something, because, you have this international perspective. How would you describe what ADP does?
Great question, Ingrid. So in the simplest explanation, I say that ADP pays you. So they usually laugh, but I will then ask if on Fridays you look at your payslip, that's ADP. We get employees paid, but we do so much more than that, from hiring to retiring and everything in between. ADP truly supports employers in attracting and retaining their talent so that our clients can focus on their business.
I love that answer. And it's something that we asked Srini and Neela in our last episode. For those of you who haven't listened to our last episode that I'm referring to, please do. It's really intriguing. Ingrid and I sat down with our Chief Human Resources Officer and our Chief Economist, and we asked them too, how would you describe what ADP does? And I think that's something that Ingrid and I may weave into our future podcast too, because everyone has a different interpretation, and because it's kind of complex what we do, right? It is very simple in the sense that, we help people with their pay and their benefits, but the amount of technology and the lift and everything behind the scenes for us to be a global organization, for that to happen is a lot of hard work. It sounds easy. And it's a critical part of people's lives when you think about it. Even when we just talk about people getting paid, if people don't get paid, we're in big trouble. So it's quite remarkable what ADP does. So thank you, Lindsey, for your interpretation. So another question we asked Srini and Neela that I know Ingrid and I would love to ask you is, why did you come to ADP and why do you stay here?
I came to ADP for the training. So I started in sales with very little experience in retail stores. I then moved into sales management. I'm now in a hybrid role working with global product and technology as well as sales. So it's an incredible company to grow with and challenge yourself. And I love that I can make career changes at ADP. And I think you touched on that behind the scenes. That's why I stay. It's all of the people behind the scenes that make ADP an incredible company. And the more I network and the more I move to different countries and in different roles, the smaller ADP becomes. So even though we have more than 50,000 associates across the world, it feels like a small company and a family to me. And I think we cover so many countries and so many business segments. Like you mentioned, although it seems really easy that we're just paying people, there's so much that goes behind the scenes that we have every type of role you could possibly imagine, whether it's implementing new clients or creating new products or securing all of our resources or servicing the clients that we have or selling to those clients. There is everything you could possibly imagine. And every time I turn the corner, I feel like there's a new job, a new part of ADP coming up. And it brings together all different types of people. So we're an incredibly diverse company with different backgrounds and cultures and countries. And I think we allow every person to come to work as themselves, which makes it fun to work.
Lindsey, amazing response as why you came to ADP, but then why you stay. And what I want to touch upon there is what I'm hearing is the power of connection, which has been a big theme throughout ADP. And I know that that's really important to you, and you've really honed in and tapped into your networking capabilities. I heard you mention that earlier too, but you can almost visually see it as you shared your career journey with us, how the power of connection and networking internally led you to so many different pathways in your career, all within one organization, which is amazing. Now, Lindsey, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure you're also part of our International Women's Business Resource Group called IWIN. Is that correct?
Yes, Kate, I am on the committee for the IWIN group in UK and Ireland. And we actually did a couple of events for International Women's Day in the past few weeks. So we did a networking and coffee event where we did a quiz. We also talked to the HR DVP. We also did an event where we talked to the HR business partner in the UK about breaking the bias. And we did a career progression event. So lots of different events, including quizzes and coffee to meet people, network, and talk about how you can grow your career within ADP.
That is so cool. Again, one of the many benefits of, being part of our BRGs, our business resource groups. And it's super cool. Thank you for sharing. Now, Lindsey, since, you touch on your amazing international career journey, because there was something that you mentioned before, and I really, really like what you said. We have a ton of opportunities here. So why don't you maybe invite the audience to check out these opportunities? And what would you tell them with that, international perspective that you have?
I encourage everyone to take a look at the different careers that we have at ADP. If you think about your strengths and what you enjoy doing, there is absolutely a job for you at ADP. We have so many opportunities to grow and develop. And I encourage everyone that's listening to the podcast to check out what we do. And if you can find someone in your network that works at ADP or has worked at ADP about the great experience and the culture, I definitely encourage you to do that. I'm happy to be that person. So please reach out to me if you're interested in learning more about ADP or my career path.
That's so generous of you, Lindsey. And where can people find you? What is your LinkedIn name, if you will?
My LinkedIn name is Lindsey Beggan, so LINDSEY Please connect with me on LinkedIn and I can tell you more.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you taking time out to be on the Life at ADP podcast, and we will chat soon.
Thank you, Ingrid and Kate, for having me. I feel so honored to be a part of the Life at ADP podcast, and everyone should subscribe so you can keep listening.
Thank you, Lindsey, so much. That was amazing. And definitely stay tuned for season 2. We are bringing you more global stories and associates. So it's going to be really good. Definitely make sure to subscribe and listen to the stories.
This is Kate.
And this is Ingrid.
And we are part of Life at ADP, the podcast.